Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 5 of Blending Unreal. My name is Jacob.
I'm Josh.
And just a quick recap on the previous videos. Episode 3, we were talking about CPP files and header files and how to integrate those with programming. And then on my side, we modeled a simple iron golem. And to kind of step back and self-reflect on the previous videos, Josh and I were talking back and forth, and I think we were kind of jumping around a little bit. So we're going to be a little bit more structured with the upcoming videos, and we have to remember where we started when we first started these working inside of these softwares. We didn't know what we were doing, and to where we are now, everything's like second nature. So for us to go back through and review everything, it's kind of difficult. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Episode 5, we are in the programming phase. Josh, take it away.
Yep, let's do this. So today, simply just going to talk about 3 simple data types. Every C++ project has this. These 3 data types are Booleans, integers, and strings. So an integer, first off, is just any number. But it has to be a whole number, so we just get a whole number. It sticks with you. And it can be, any number you want to type in here. So if we want to get 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, we also have Booleans. I'm going to go over what these are in a second. But the Boolean, which is yes or no. And we have strings. I don't know, just cool words. I don't know what else to name it. So what these are, so like I said, integer is any whole number. This does not include decimals. They are data types for that, but we'll get into that another time. Booleans are yes or no. I always like to think of it as a light switch. It's either on or off. And strings are just a string of letters. Pretty much as simple as it gets. You can type anything you want in here as long as it's between these 2 brackets here, these curly brackets.
Real quick, Josh. On the integer, that can be a negative number too, right?
Yep, it can be a negative number as well. So it goes to like negative 2 billion and positive 2 billion. You don't need to memorize that yet, but just know that an integer is between negative and positive 2 billion. So now you're probably wondering, why is this useful? Well, it's a little thing we call if statements. If statements only happen if the value between these parentheses is equivalent to true. So right now, our yes or no Boolean, which is yes, which is either true or false, is actually set to false. So if we try to run the program, I should explain what these curly brackets are. So anything that happens between these curly brackets only happens if this equates to true.
Interesting. Okay.
So we copy this and put it down here, and I'll kind of prove it to you. So right now, yes or no is set to false. So this should not happen. So we shouldn't print anything to the console. Start it up. As you can see, nothing got printed. We didn't print, I think it's Blending Unreal. And if we were to change this value from false to true, right? Now this is true, this value inside the parentheses, and then we have Blending Unreal back. So this function is now running because the if statement, the instructions between these 2 curly brackets is printing Blending Unreal because this is true. Okay. Well, now you're probably wondering, well, how do I get this thing to change during runtime? Because let's say, I don't want yes or no to always be true. Maybe I want to set it to are we running, right? Is the program running? So is running. And so now we need to get input from the user. So the user has to change the behavior of the program. So how do we get input from the user? Well, it's the exact opposite of what we did in here in our print hello world function, which isn't really printing hello world anymore, but it's neither here or there. But stdc out is outputting to the console. So to bring input in, we need to go stdc in. And the way that works is just like this. And I should make a variable real quick. Actually, I already have one. So is running. So what's going to happen is, go ahead.
You go over something like just really quick. How come on the C out the arrows are pointing the opposite way?
Oh, good catch. On the C out, I always like to think of it as like an alligator eating what it's trying to say, and for STDCN, it's pointing to where it's gonna store the information. So we're gonna store the information in is running, and we know that because we're pointing to it with these arrows. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So just think, when you're doing STDCN, we're pointing to what we're putting it in, and STC out is where the alligator trying to eat what it's trying to say. So if you were to run it right now, so we need to go ahead and make is running false. Right? So by default, it will not. So right now we're waiting for input. So if I put in a 0, it's false, right? So nothing should happen, like so. However, if you put in a 1, linear rails there.
That's the Boolean working.
Yep, that's the Boolean.
Okay.
Now we can also swap out the whole number with the Boolean as well, as long as the whole number has, a value, 0 or 1, same thing, right?
Okay.
We can change this. We can also make it more visually appealing as well. We can always say, are we running? And you don't need to necessarily add a variable to this output. This is what we call like a string literal. It's not a variable because it doesn't change. So it's just whatever you type in there. It can be anything. It's just like a string. It's just not an actual variable. It cannot change during runtime. So basically, we're going to print this out, and we do something called an end line. When all this does is kind of knock us down an extra line. That way, it's not as cluttered. Here, I'll show you guys real quick what I'm talking about.
Real quick too, Josh.
Oh, yes.
So you said that the are we running cannot change, right?
Yeah, this right here.
So if I was comparing this to like a math equation, like if I was saying like 5 plus x equals 10, if I didn't know what the value of x was, would 5 and like x would be
5 would be are we running?
Right. And then x would be
is running.
Okay.
Because this is what we're changing.
Got it. Okay.
And are we running? Like I said, see how it's on the same line here? When you do end line, it'll put it down another line. So that's kind of what I was going to do here. So when we do R is running, it's something called an end line. Okay. And it's using the STD stands for standard library. I don't remember if I said that in the last episode, but STD stands for standard library.
Okay.
End line. And all this is going to do is this is going to knock that. So again, we're waiting for input. Yeah, that's weird. So it thought that it was still running when it really wasn't. It's a weird bug, I guess. But you see how I put it down to the extra. Actually, no, you didn't. So now you see how our cursor's down here to the 1 down the line underneath. Now it's easier to see. It has some separation.
Got it. Okay.
So
every time you say inline, it's like hitting the enter key.
Yep. It's like dropping it down an extra line. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And I was able to manipulate it while we're playing, right? So the next thing we could do, which is kind of neat, is all right. So another cool thing we can do with print hello world is instead of just printing the same thing every time, we're going to determine what we're going to print each time. So we're going to use something called, we're going to use our function, print hello world, which we might end up renaming, which we probably should. So let's rename our function. Instead of print hello world, we're going to say just print to console. And what this is going to do, now it's going to be different, is now we don't know what this function's not going to know what's printing until we tell it what we're going to print, right? So we need to use something called a parameter. It's a fancy word, but really all it means is in our function, it just wants a data type. It wants to know what it is going to, what kind of input does it take? So it takes an std string and just say,
and once again, the different types of inputs would be like a Boolean, like an integer.
Yeah. Boolean, integer, string, it can be any data type. And for this one, it's just going to be phrase. I don't know what else to call this. It can be any name you guys want. The only thing that matters is this std string saying what kind of type it is. Then we're going to go over here to our print hello world. We're going to copy that into there or paste it. And what we're going to do is instead of couting, playing a real, we're going to out phrase.
Does it have to be quotation marks?
It does not. Do you know why?
No.
Because it's not a string literal.
What does that mean?
Right here. Remember how I said this was
that's like right the here. 5. That's like the 5. Yep.
So anytime that we have a string literal, or we have to put the quotations, right?
Because it's not going to change.
Yep, it cannot change.
Got it.
Now this is a variable.
Would like a good way to think about that, like the quotation marks are like a blockade almost. Like it's going to block it in to where like it can't change, like it can't like move or like I don't know if that's really.
I don't know if that'd be good because this also has the quotations, but it can change because it is a variable.
Okay. So disregard that.
Yeah. I'm not sure of a good way to really think about it. Just know that if it's not a variable, we're not setting a variable equal to this.
It's a literal.
Yeah, but if it's just not a variable, it's called a string literal. It's a literal value. You can't change.
Got it.
Meanwhile, this is just a variable. So now our print to console wants something to say, right? So now we need to ask the user for something to say. So let's ask the user, what do you want to say?
And that's also a literal because it's not a variable because we're not.
Yep, it's not a variable.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm going to drop it down a line as well. And actually, I might drop it down a few lines. That way, why not? I'll just leave it as it is. So,
can I ask you something?
Yes.
Why do you put the apostrophe at the end? Does that just mean that the line of code's done?
Oh, semicolon?
The semicolon. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. It means that line's over. So otherwise, it would think that this is a part of this.
Got it. Okay.
So it's a way of separating it. So now we need another string, right? So this is what we're going to say. What we are going to say. And this can be any value, whatever, right? It can be anything. Because we're going to change what this is, right?
Okay.
So our CN is actually going to point to, remember we're going to point towards what we're going to put it in, what we are going to say. And then we're going to put into our print to console, because remember we are wanting an std string, which is our phrase to say. So we're going to pass in what we're going to say. And now it's happy. What was this? I should just read this. Print to console. What is it not happy about now? Did I miss a string missing line 3 and print hello world. Oh, it doesn't know what. Okay, so this here, I found the issue, the bug here. So the reason it was throwing a tantrum about std string is because it needed to know what IO string was. Remember, we need IO string for input and output. And std string relies on this file, this include. So when it was in the CPP, we needed to know what std string was, right? Up here and down here. But since CPP is including hello world, which knows about IO stream, this print to console does know about std string, as well as print to hello world header file knows about it as well. That was the hiccup that it was having. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Lovely coding,
we just
man.
didn't know. We just didn't know about the std string in the header file, but now we know about std string. So are we running? I think we're running. Yep. Yes. What do you want to say? Blending Unreal is awesome.
We are awesome.
But what you'll see here is it's only saying the first word. And you might be sitting there scratching your head is, I wonder why that is. Well, this is our first, programming bug. Welcome to the club, guys. So this bug is caused because our input buffer is not fully cleared. Okay. No, that's not it. It's we need to get line. So we need to use stdcn get line. And you'll see right away as well, but that made me a little ahead of myself. Our input buffer is not clearing, which you'll see here. So get line will get all the letters that you type. It won't just stop at the first word. Now I'll prove that to you real quick. So we need std. So we need a char pointer. So we go ahead. So you see what you need here. So you need a char pointer. So you need to point towards a string. And you need to have the size of the string.
So that's telling you what you need to have in order for the code to be.
Yes. So if you ever lost, it tells you what it wants. See, it says it wants a char pointer.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Yep, and this std stream size. So we already know the char pointer. We need to use a char pointer here. So it's just point towards, I don't know. I guess we can do whatever we're going to say, right? I think that'll work. What are we going to say? And then we're going to do the size of, because we need our size, right? What are we going to say? And it's like, weird, huh? Why is it not working? I'm pretty sure you can just do this. No? So we need a char pointer. So we need to point towards a char. Actually, no, that one. There we go. So instead of using what are we going to say as an std string, we're going to make this into a char.
And what's a char again?
A character.
Character. Okay.
However, we're going to make it a character array. And what that is this is going to be the size. So you can put in 100 characters, 1 character, 50 characters. And I'm going to get more into that in the next episode once we dive a little more deeper into these things. So what I did here was this stores up to 50 letters now. And this points to, see how you wanted a char pointer? Mm-hmm. I'll get into pointers as well in another episode. But it wants a char array to put this data that we get from the user into our input.
Is the size of the char the word size? Yeah,
so we have 50. Say again?
The word size of, is that the char? Like, I don't see the char anywhere.
Yeah, it's right here, the char. This is the type char.
Oh, I didn't see that because I'm blind about it.
Yep.
Okay.
I changed this into a char. It wasn't std string, but then we realized that get line doesn't take an std string. It takes a char.
Got it.
And then I just made the size 50. So you have to be careful, because if you go over 50, you might start running into problems. So if you type in more than 50 characters, or you can make this like, I'll show you 50.
50 million.
Then we'll see what happens. And now you're sitting wondering, well, it never asked me what I wanted to type in. It asked, what do you want to say? And then the program immediately ended. And this is kind of what I said a little earlier, that the reason it didn't work was because the buffer, so what you're getting is running as 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you press enter, it's leaving in a null terminator in the input buffer. So when it comes to this get line, it still sees that null terminating, and then it just says, oh, we already got input from user and that we're done, which we don't want, right? So we need to clear out the buffer before we use it again. Ignore. And that should fix the issue where it's skipping past what you want to say. So now it should stop and ask you, hey, what do you want to say? So we are running. Perfect. Say, this is an awesome tutorial. And then there you go. It repeats it back to you. This is an awesome tutorial.
Okay.
And again, if we were to put 0 here, it would not print back to you what you want to say. So no print back. Program just ends. It didn't repeat what you said.
Got it. Okay.
So just a quick recap. Everything we went over integers, booleans, and std strings. And we also covered a little bit of char, which I'll look more into as well. And then we also got player input. How do we use booleans to do logic on if statements? We learned a little bit about parameters and how they can work with functions to change how they behave during runtime. And yeah, that's pretty much what we covered in this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to make this episode for you guys. And until next time.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. Leave them in the comments, and then we will, the top 10 comments on there that are questions from you guys, we will make a video about that. So, all right. Until next time.
See you guys.